Good morning. It's Monday, February 1st, 2021, and I'm getting ready to start the second round of Swedish death cleaning with the cookbooks that I was shooting to get finished last weekend. So I was going to do just a little quick video portion showing you what I'm talking about, the mess I'm still dealing with here with them, and then hopefully in a little while I'll have them all packed up and I'll show you that I got it done. But I just feel like, as I said in a video that I did, I think yesterday, that it seems like something always comes along to sidetrack you. I had the best of intentions of hitting it this morning, starting on the cookbooks first thing. And as I fixed dinner last night and went to get some olive oil out of my pantry, my pull-out shelf, which I absolutely love, when I pull things out and it's heavy, the plastic clips that hold the shelf in place snap and the whole shelf will collapse. Well, that's happened a couple of times now, and I have figured out a way. I think I'm going to be able to MacGyver it. I actually went into the yard and found two stakes that we had left over, wooden stakes, and they'd been sitting out probably a couple of years. Anyway, I ran those through the dishwasher last night to clean them up after I scrubbed them off a bit so that they'd be fairly clean to use in my pantry. And then I'm going to cut them in probably 4-inch lengths and fasten one above the shelf and one below the shelf, screw it into the wall, and so that'll hold it in place. You won't ever be able to get the shelf out without removing those, but I don't care about that. I just want the shelf to quit collapsing. Fortunately, so far nothing's broken, but it's just a pain in the patootie, and it's really hard to maneuver the shelves in there to get them in and out. But anyway, so in the meantime, I had to take everything off those two shelves so I'll be able to get in there and fix it. And there's foodstuffs sitting all over my kitchen floor and counter from that. So I started this morning thinking, well, maybe I'll do that first, but I want to feel the accomplishment of getting this finished and getting those cookbooks packed up. Art used to get frustrated with me because he said, you just won't stop. Just stop. Take a rest. Come back to it tomorrow. And I just have real issues with that because I've had a lot of instances in my life where things just don't get finished. Projects get started and they don't get finished, and it drives me nuts. And I love the feeling of success when you get whatever it is you want to get done. When you get it completed, it feels so good. And to me, it's worth pushing a little harder to do that. So it's just one of those Lord of mercy days. I lived for several years with an aunt and uncle that didn't have any children. Her name was Della, and I always called her Sissy. Sissy had two phrases that came out of her mouth a lot because she would get agitated kind of easily. But one was, Buddy Rowe. When you were in trouble, it was always, Buddy Rowe, let me tell you such and such, such and such. The other was when she would get exacerbated, she would just go, Lord of mercy, which is Southern for Lord have mercy. Well, today is a Lord of mercy day. I'm trying very hard to stay focused, to ignore the shelf stuff and the mess that's created, ignore my piles of miscellaneous stuff I have sitting around that I'm trying to get packed up to go to Goodwill. I always think, oh, this morning's a good example. After I got up and I did my cold shower and did my breathing exercises and my meditation, I thought, oh, I need to water the plants, I need to change the sheets on the bed, and I need to fix that shelf unit. And then I walked by something in the bathroom and thought, I need to organize this drawer. My brain, I don't know what's wrong with my brain. It's just like I can't just settle on, okay, let's do this, let's stay calm. The world's not going to end if you don't get it done. But just try to stay focused, Rosemary. And so that's my goal for today. So I'm going to take you around and show you what I'm talking about with my cookbooks, what mess has accumulated. Some of it, the last thing I'm going to show you, maybe the first thing I'll show you, is the worst and very embarrassing, but I want to be real with this. I really enjoy YouTube, and I have learned so much from so many people. A lot of people have taught me about how to learn to stay calm, how to change things in my life, how to incorporate more peace in my life, that kind of thing. A wonderful young man that I follow, Brian, on Next Level Gardening, I've learned so much from him for planting and gardening, and I actually had just about decided to give up gardening, and he has just given me hope. And I think it's just awesome that we can help each other along the road via YouTube. And I've already had a couple of people tell me that the few videos that I've done have been motivational to them, whether it be weight or trying to get things organized or what, I don't know, and it doesn't matter. If I can motivate somebody, fine. If I can bring a smile to somebody's face, it's good. It's worth it. So it's not like I'm taking a lot of time, because I'm not editing these things when I do them. So you just get what's there. But anyway, I'm hoping that by showing the mess and showing what I can get accomplished, it will encourage others and give you hope to accomplish the same thing. So here we go. All right. So we're going over to, and you can see all my stuff from the pantry stacked out here. But these are the few cookbooks that I have in my kitchen. I really don't have a lot of room, a lot of storage in here, so I have to limit what's in here. But as I look at them, there's some in there I've never opened. Now, my little recipe box right here, I use that fairly often, because when I have a recipe I love, I write it on a card and put it in there. The other recipe box on the right belonged to my Aunt Louise from Virginia, and I really need to go through that and to pull out what I want to keep. And then this is just typical Rosemary right here. When I want a recipe, I go get it on the internet, then I print it out, because my eyes are so bad I have a hard time seeing if I'm using my phone to try to read it. So I print it out, and then if I like it, I fold it and put it up there. So then I end up with these huge stacks of paper, which will result in something I'll show you in a minute. There are my collapsed shelves. I fixed the top one, but the bottom one's still tilted back. I don't know if you can see it, but that'll be a project for later. Okay, then we'll go into the living room. And see, now here's another project, Epsom salts. I bought a portable bathtub that I'm going to do ice baths in on my back porch. I've got to get that put together. I bought some new candles that I want to get set out around the room. It's just, okay, all right, just let it go. Just stay focused. All right, so this little table has books in it. Some cookbooks, some regular books. And then, unfortunately, there are even more piled in there behind that. So that's got to get cleaned out. Now to upstairs. And I'm not going to film as I go up, because I walk so cotton picking slow with my bed. Okay, so this area is my computer, kind of eBay area, and that's going to come to an end. It's going to end up being my blogging area and some crafts probably, but I have another area for that. But these are all cookbooks. Now, I'm ashamed to admit that I've already, in addition to the 8 boxes of cookbooks I took to Goodwill for Art, of arts, I went through my own cookbooks and culled these out to go to my stash to sell on eBay. I've decided selling a book for $2 or $3 on eBay is just not worth the time and effort. So those all need to be gone through. And right there is another project for the future. I have all of these old floppy disks that mainly have pictures on them that haven't been removed. And I bought an external floppy disk reader so I can pull those off. And I want to get all my photos organized and saved somehow. But another project for another day. Okay, before I show you the last and worst, I want to tell you why it's in the situation and condition it is in. I have fibromyalgia, and I at times have struggled really bad with it to a point that I can hardly get out of bed. And I had a few weeks like that after Thanksgiving and early December. And so I got this great idea to pull together a bunch of my cookbooks and magazines that had recipes in them and recipes that I had printed out, a lot of which are in a big plastic tub, and bring them in the bedroom so that as I was in bed, I could go through them and sort them. Well, here is what I accomplished. This is the mess that is still sitting here. It's on the other side of the bed, so I don't have to get into it and trip over it, but I mean, it's ridiculous. So that's part of what's going to happen today too, all the cleanup. I'll tell you, as I'm sorting through these cookbooks, I'm just amazed at myself. I'm sitting here, part of my journey is trying to lose some weight, and I want you to look at what is typical among my cookbooks. This, the Fat Burning Kitchen, the 23-day Advanced Nutritional Fat Burning Blueprint, Lose It Fast, Super Immunity. I mean, for Pete's sakes, I ought to be stick thin. Just shows how much money I've wasted on these cookbooks and things. Hopeless. Lord of mercy. The area here looks almost a little worse because I found some printed off recipes that I do use that I want to get copied to my recipe cards, but I'm not stopping to do that today. But quite a few are gone there. And okay, so it is now a little after 7 o'clock. Here I am, a bit bedraggled, but had a good day. I was able to get the cookbook sorted. It was much tougher than I thought it was going to be because with now doing whole food plant-based and how I'm planning to move forward, especially with the Mediterranean diet, as a part of that, I want to start trying to do some meal planning every week. So I did keep a few cookbooks, and I actually, other than the few that I show in the kitchen, I created a space in my closet in the bedroom, and I want to be sure I'm doing a menu plan once a week, and for right now, that's the only place I can think of to store those few cookbooks out of the way. So we'll see what happens, and if I don't do the menu planning, then those few will go as well. You'll have to excuse my kind of sort of editing on this video. I tried a different app that allows me to stop the video and start again, but some of it's still choppy. So, you know, I'm an old woman. You just gotta, Lord of mercy, what can I tell you? Anyway, I got it done. I'm tired. I'm going to work on a jigsaw puzzle. Didn't get my shelf done, but I did run all boxes of the cookbooks, and I didn't get a good shot of all of them in the boxes, but I ended up with 4 big boxes going to Goodwill, including cookbooks plus a few other odds and ends. So that felt good to get that done, and I dropped off an Amazon return while I was out. So I kind of killed 2 birds with 1 stone, got the tire pumped up on my car. So, you know, overall it was a good day. But I'm done. And so I'll just close with saying, may you be happy. May you be safe. May your heart feel peace. Love and hugs. Till next time.